USA Today just dropped this article talking about a mom's mental load. And I'm sure that even if you are a wife that doesn't have kids, I'm sure that this will resonate as well. So they gave this picture first. She has these sticky notes. It says clean the house, do the dishes. She's thinking of all the things that she has to do in the course of her day, make the doctor's appointments. Oh my gosh, I got to put the laundry in. All of the things that moms juggle in their brains before their day even starts. Before they even get out the bed, they're thinking about all of the things that they have to do. So let's jump into this article. All right, it's titled Mom's Mental Load is Pushing Them to the Brink, new survey shows. Women are more likely than men to say the pressure of doing it all is a challenge, according to a new USA Today slash Peacock survey of 1,600 US parents. Before I really get into this, I will say that this is definitely an advertisement or a promo for Peacock's new series. So I'm just putting that out there. It does match. Regardless, though, this matches many of the things that we talk about in our network. It says if you are a mom and you are reading this, you might be in line at Target or sitting in a doctor's office. You may be picking up NyQuil or double checking that it isn't an ear infection. That's because it's after Thanksgiving and before Christmas, a time rivaled only by the last month of school for the busiest time of the year for most moms. So if you're going to read something, it's probably while you are doing something else. And we'll try to keep it short so you can finish. We say moms, not parents, because let's be honest, who is picking the sweater for your mother in law in the gift exchange? Who is creating the Christmas magic, moving the elf, baking the sugar cookies, scheduling a family photo, and making sure there is an equal amount of candy in each child's stocking, even if one of them is now 19? It's the mental load of parenting, the invisible, unpaid work of planning, managing, and organizing all the things that women take on to keep a family and household running. And let's be real, women keep other organizations running, like churches, like jobs, doing the invisible labor. And honestly, I'm going to say this again, and I've said this before. Stop doing all of this unpaid and invisible and underappreciated labor because we get absolutely no credit for it. We just get run down. And it's pushing women to the breaking point, according to a new USA Today slash Peacock survey of 1,600 US parents about the mental load parents face. In fact, 43% of women say they are burnt out or emotionally exhausted, and more than a third feel that way every single day. Whose fault is it anyway? USA Today launched the survey with Peacock after the debut of the thriller All Her Fault. At first, the series appears to be a mystery about the kidnapping of a little boy from a wealthy family and who is to blame. But the show sparked conversations on social media with mom viewers obsessed with the plot they could relate to, the mental load of being a mom. Like I said, this survey is also a promo for this show. All right, it says All Her Fault reflects an important moment in motherhood, says Madeline DeNano, president and CEO of the Gina Davis Institute, which works to increase representation and reduce stereotypes across gender in entertainment and media. It's not all about the perfect mom, which is what we see so much on TV, she says. Women need to see themselves portrayed on the screen. There is a lot of shame and guilt for not being the perfect mom. Showing this idyllic world just isn't realistic. Dakota Fanning's character is in one of the most important meetings of her career when her deadbeat husband texts her to ask, "Where's Jacob's water bottle?" "I'm the default parent and you're the substitute," Fanning tells him. It's not equal, it's never equal. Women are more likely than men to say the pressure of doing it all and meeting expectations is a challenge, according to the USA Today Peacock survey. They also are more likely to say they don't turn to anyone for advice or help. And that's the reason why these social media platforms are so important because there is shame sometimes in not knowing things or not having all of the answers. So, the reason why we create these communities is so that you can ask and get answers and brainstorm different ways of doing things. This is a great cartoon graphic. So, her to do list that she's thinking about while having a phone conversation, while making breakfast, while listening to this kid, She has to fix breakfast, do laundry, buy holiday gifts, finish her work report, take Max to karate, cook dinner. All while this kid over here is saying, Mom, I need you. I can't find my shirt. She's juggling it all. So it says 44% of women feel the pressure to do it all or meet high parenting expectations. Women don't want to ask for help. They want someone to know what to do. It's not okay for men to say, just tell me what to do, says Ivory Mays, a therapist and mom of three in Cleveland, Tennessee. It isn't that men don't care. They weren't raised to scan a home the way moms were. Women are taught to anticipate the needs. And this is one of the reasons why I say that even if a stranger was having an issue and I walked into her home, I could figure out the things to do to mitigate the emergency. The dads that live in the home, they'll be like, well, what do I do? What should he eat? What should I put on her? But it's because we are socialized to be caretakers. They are allowed to go out into the world and just play and be on video games and just do individualistic type of things, where women, as children, little girls, are taught to be caretakers. That's how moms become the default parent, the one who holds the medical and dental appointments in their heads, who makes sure the basketball uniform is clean, who not only makes the lunches but does the grocery shopping to make sure the right grapes and goldfish crackers are purchased. The survey found that 64% of women say they manage the day to day responsibilities of parenting, compared to 43% of men, and 44% of moms also report feeling pressure to do it all, compared to 37% of men. In this graphic, she's telling her daughter, thanks for cleaning up the table. Please tell your brother it's time for homework. All right, this one says 64% of women say they always handle the day to day decisions for their family, compared with 43% of men. Women do the work of leadership. Men say that they are the most logical leaders, but women are actually out here doing all of these things. The result of all that decision making, a full 34% of women feel overwhelmed every single day. Another 32% feel that way several times a week. Mays started helping moms navigate the mental load a few years ago when she was juggling a full time job, graduate school, and raising her three children with her husband. She noticed at her monthly mom's self care nights, many women were interrupted by their husbands texting them to ask, how should I calm the baby? Where are the pajamas? What do the kids want for dinner? I talk a lot about reminding men, you live here. You should know what needs to be done. I don't say that to put men down. That's not what that's about at all, she says. It's equal ownership. It's equal ownership of the relationship, of parenting, of all of that. Parenting overwhelm. While moms have long felt the pressure, more dads are starting to feel it too. Men are more likely than women to say balancing work and family responsibilities is a challenge, according to our survey. Our collective expectations of fathers have shifted. We expect dads to be more involved with their kids, says Allison Damager, author of What's on Her Mind, The Mental Workload of Family Life, and a professor at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. At the same time, the expectations on breadwinning and dads hasn't changed. We've added to their job description. I think younger dads are starting to feel that strain. Jonathan Gilmour's wife wanted him to do more as a parent to their two young children. At first, he admits he got defensive. He thought he was doing his part by saying, how can I help? She told me she was overwhelmed and at our breaking point, Gilmour, who's 31, says. I thought mental load was just like a BS thing. It wasn't until he was laid off earlier this year for a few months and he became the main caretaker of a newborn and 3 year old that he really understood it. Now he and his wife both work full time, and he has started taking ownership of chores, not just helping. She always had higher expectations for me. I've just pushed myself to grow, says Gilmour, who started social media accounts Do Better Jonathan to show what he is learning and to try to inspire other dads. Among my friends, there is more of a goal to be more involved with the family, and guys want to learn. It makes me want to do more. While men are feeling more stress, most feel confident delegating tasks to their partners. Women, however, wrestle with letting go of some caretaking tasks because they believe they will be judged or blamed if it isn't perfect. 4 in 10 women surveyed said they felt pressured to be the perfect parent. All right, so now we have this graphic. So we see this dad. He's saying right here, I will take Sophia to her game. Can you please do the laundry and get the groceries? And then right here it says 52% of men feel confident a task will be completed when delegated. Only 32% of women feel that way. I struggle with relinquishing ownership. Why did you do it that way? This way is easier, May said of her husband taking on the hair care for their 3 daughters, a 9-year-old and 6-year-old twins. He needed to remind me that if I wanted him to own this task, I needed to step back. It was getting done, even if not the way I would do it, she says. Now the girls prefer dad to do their hair. And while some partners find a way to navigate the load, society still has certain expectations of moms, Damager says. Our survey underscored this, with 50% of women reporting that when something goes wrong, it's their job to fix the issue. The school will still call the mom if there's a problem, she says. So it can be challenging for many women to give up these things. Learning to divide the load. Caitlin Niles, or is it Nils? Learning to divide the load. Caitlin Nillis has seen firsthand how difficult it is to change from one generation to the next. She grew up in a traditional home where her father worked and her mother cared for the children. When Nillis got married, she assumed the cooking and cleaning and later caring for their children, now 5 and 8. We never had a conversation of who is doing what. It was very natural. But then I was working and taking care of the kids, working full time, and it was the pandemic, and it was just too much. Nillis and her husband divorced. For almost 2 years, they shared custody of the children. He was a single father, and he literally had to do everything, make the lunches, do the pickups, all of it, says Nellis, 35. The couple reconciled over a year ago, in part because he learned how to become a better partner. Now they spend Sunday mornings planning the week, deciding who owns which tasks. Now we see this cartoon graphic. It says 76% of parents say parenting responsibilities somewhat affect their mental health. 39% says it affects their mental health a great deal. I've learned done is better than perfect, and there's always something else to be done, she says. I've had to let go of expectations. We've had conversations. It was not an overnight fix. We really struggled in this area for years and years. One thing about the mental load is clear, it's hitting all of us. Roughly 3 quarters of all parents say that family responsibilities affect their mental health, at least somewhat, and 40% says it affects it a great deal, according to the survey. The next frontier is getting men talking to each other about it, Damager says. The message is still coming through women. I'm hopeful that as time passes, this will not be seen such as a women's issue, but a couples or family issue. So this is Laura Trujillo, and she's a national columnist focused on health and wellness. I do like this conversation. I think that it does need to move to carrying the mental load across the family and not just on mom because it does become too much. It's challenging being the brain of the family, being the one that knows where everything is or is juggling all of the appointments and all of this stuff. And I do believe more and more women are talking about this and are pulling back from being the brain of the other adult in the household. I thought that this was a great conversation to have and to start. So, y'all go ahead and join in and let me know what you think about this whole thing. Like, comment, and share. And over on YouTube, I'm pushing towards 100,000 subscribers. So, go ahead and smash the follow button.